Hey friends, welcome back to the Guitar Max channel. So right behind me is the Sherman Oaks, California Guitar Center location. A year ago, this location was almost wiped off the face of the earth by a really bizarre flood that happened. And basically what happened is there was a traffic accident at the intersection here. One of the cars slammed into the fire hydrant. The fire hydrant spewed water straight up into the air. The water came down onto the building, onto the Guitar Center, collapsed the roof, and then proceeded to flood the entire Guitar Center. And there was crazy footage about this. You guys probably remember seeing this on social media. You know, you see the drums floating by. But now the real crazy thing about this is almost a year later and this location is still closed. So in this video, we're gonna discuss why this is. Why is it still closed? And look guys, it's not just that it's closed. From the outside at least, it looks like they really haven't done anything at all to it to get it reopened. So why is that? And also, what happened to all of the employees that worked at this location? That's what we're gonna go over in this video. Now, of course, guys, real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, staying up on all the latest news in the guitar universe, and you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing right now. And there's one extra thing I gotta tell you about in this video before we get into the nitty-gritty details of this Guitar Center location. When I do these man-on-the-street videos, this is different from my regular content, and with this video, I'm very fortunate to actually have a sponsor for this video, and that sponsor is VOLA guitars. So VOLA guitars, they are rapidly becoming my favorite Japanese guitar brand. I've checked out probably 5 or 6 different guitars from VOLA, and they have all been great. They all have just top-notch build quality and just the overall features, and especially the bang for your buck. Because the VOLA guitars, they come in at like sometimes under $1,000, or even if you want to go really primo, you're looking at maybe $1,500. But this is handmade in Japan, really nice stuff. And guys, I'm gonna have a special link down in the video description below. You can use code GuitarMax to save 5% on your purchases, plus I get a little kickback as well. So again, big shout out to VOLA. But look, let's talk about Guitar Center now. And I wanna preface this by saying that I reached out to Guitar Center to see if I could get some official information on this, and I basically got nothing at all. I got a dial tone, but I have talked to, at this point, many people who are connected with what's going on, and they have been able to give me some insider information, which I'm gonna share with you. But I wanna state here, none of this has been officially confirmed or denied by Guitar Center. That being said, the people I talk to, they have no reason to make it up or lie to me, so I believe what I'm telling you is the truth, but all I'm saying is this is allegedly at this point. Okay, so what happened after the flood? Well, after they had the big flood and the building got really damaged, there was serious water damage to the building, they went in and they started working on the permit process to do the repairs, because there had to be all these inspections, you know, is there mold, things like that, and there was a whole bunch of permits they had to get. So they started getting the permits, but the trick with that is that Guitar Center does not actually own the building. It is leased from a landlord, and so the landlord had to be involved in these permits. But the problem was, the big problem, after they started the permit process, the landlord died. Okay, and again, this is just what I've heard. The landlord died, which threw a huge wrench into the permitting process, because now I don't know if there was some kind of inheritance or an estate or what happened, like how the ownership of the building changed, but basically because that happened, it totally destroyed the permit process, and they had to completely restart that over again with a new owner on the building. And so during this whole time, Guitar Center was like, hey, we want to get this building going, but we can't do it until all these issues get resolved with the actual, you know, the landlord, the owner of the building, and the permit process to make all the repairs necessary and the inspections to get the building reopened. Now, in the meantime, this was a very busy location. They had a whole bunch of employees here. Fortunately, the big piece of good news is that the employees were able to be kind of distributed to the other locations, the other Guitar Center locations in the area. So, I mean, I'm sure some people, you know, maybe quit and did other things because they just didn't want to go to another location. But my understanding is everybody who was an employee of the Sherman Oaks location, because it was going to be closed for who knows how long, they at least got the option of transferring to a different location. And around here, that's going to be like Northridge, California, or the flagship store down in Hollywood or West LA, right? Or I know there's one over in Pasadena and that kind of stuff as well. So that's the good news. That's the upshot, is at least the employees all had the option of going to other locations, so nobody was forced to lose their job, basically, which is really, really good, and I'm really glad the Guitar Center was able to make that happen. But back to the bad news, right? This location was already closed last year for the holidays because the flood happened in November, even before Thanksgiving, before Black Friday, before Christmas, all that stuff. And now it's looking like they're gonna miss another holiday season, okay? And obviously you guys know the holiday season is huge, huge, huge for the musical instrument business, because so many people are either buying a fun gift for themselves or they're buying, you know, a Christmas present or for their kids or something like that. And of course it's gonna be a cool guitar, right? At this point though, judging from the lack of progress on this building, I think there's no way this location is gonna be open in time for the holiday season this year. Maybe next year, if they can get all that, all those problems dealt with the permits and get the repairs done as necessary and everything. Because one thing that's kind of troubling is when I walk around this building, it looks like nobody's been here in a long time. I mean, the paint is kind of faded on the building. I can see where they haven't been trimming the bushes or keeping up with the landscaping. And if you go around the back of the building, there's like a security car there, but it looks like it hasn't moved in months. You know, it's got cobwebs on it and that kind of stuff. And that's just, in general, the whole look of the building overall. It looks like nobody's done anything on this in quite some time. They do have a fun sign here on the front door, as you can see, but other than that sign and a QR code that helps you find another location, it's just boarded up on the front of the building. So guys, that is the update. That's what's going on with the Sherman Oaks Guitar Center location. I'm sorry it's not a more positive update, and I know a lot of people, you know, this was like their store. They really liked going here. I went here a lot, obviously, before it got destroyed. So yeah, I wish it was more positive. For now, it's looking like it's not going to be open again anytime soon. And as things progress, you know, I'll have more information as I get it. But guys, let me know what you think of all that stuff, all those complications and all that down in the comment section below. I'd really like to hear from you. And again, guys, big shout out to VOLA for sponsoring this video. Check out the video description for links, discount codes, all that stuff. Okay guys, thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you soon.